bring greetings of peace, of love, and of blessings unto each of you. This is the Queen Mother Kradin. I would like to start out by saying I appreciate all of the prayers, the dedication, and the well wishes of each of you as you prayed for me when I was suffering with the flu. I am glad to report that I yet have a fever, but I am blessed that fever is going down. I was suffering from a fever of 104. But in all of that, I am blessed to say you was forever on my mind, especially the beautiful children of the King Series project, connecting children with life. Each of you was kind towards me in my illness and when I was sick with the flu, and I appreciate that. We will be coming with you at this moment with a weekly address. And the first thing we'd like to say is we don't want no one to forget that this is Black History Month. It is a time to sit back and to reflect not only on the suffering of your forefathers, but on the triumph, on the victory, and on the brave men and women that fought so you could be alive today. We know that we have so many great men that was on the front line during the 50s and 60s in America, US of A, and many other countries. Even in Chile, even in Canada, London, Paris, many slaves were shipped to many of those locations, and even other countries that I have not named. But many of these slaves, they faced death all day long. Many of them even committed suicide, and some of them died of natural causes. Some of them were stabbed, shot, and beat to death by their slave masters. But no matter what they faced, they stood their ground and they fought and they gave everything that they had. And as we sit here today, we owe a thanks of gratitude to each one of our ancestors that stood on the front line on our behalf, on each of us as a people and as a whole. So it should be with great honor and respect that we celebrate such beautiful moments as we reflect upon the love that was shown to us, each of us, as our forefathers fight for a brighter tomorrow. We have come a long way, but we have a long ways to go. Racism is yet alive today, and very much so demonstrated. And as long as we have racism, we are going to have division. But that division should not be among us as a black people. No matter what religion you are today, I call for unity. It is time to lay down the sword against your sisters and your brothers. It is time to get off the battlefield and stop fighting each other. We have greater works to do. And one of the greatest things that we must do in this life, it is called unity. We have allowed religion, we have allowed money, and so many other things to come between the love that we shall have for each other. We have allowed this for much too long. It is time to love each other, no matter what our brother or sister religion may be. It is now time that we come together and study war with each other no more. Stand in unity and think on the things that is going to edify each other. As I said before, something is coming. We need brotherhood among the brothers as never before. We need sisterhood among the sisters as never before. Not just for our children, but for our own selves. Those of us that do not want to unite in the unity of love and peace towards each other should be counted as the enemy. Because at this moment we don't have time to defend. And I am not talking about war. We are not going on the battlefield to fight anyone. We don't believe in that. But change is coming. A mighty change. Black women are stepping up. Black men are stepping up. Our children are getting educated. We have learned to take care of each other and to finance each other's growth for the future as never before. This is what I'm speaking of. Standing in unity as a people. The time that I spent sick and trying to get over my flu symptoms was a time that I could sit back and I could actually reflect. And I began to think about a lot of things in my life, many ways that I've suffered, many things that I've gone through, and many things that I've had to face in my life. And I realized that I never would have faced those things had I not been a dark-skinned woman. It would have been much easier for me. But then I began to think to myself, I am very thankful for that because it made me a much better person. It also made me appreciate not only life, but it made me appreciate everything that I've gained. It made me to see it as more than just gaining. It made me see things as more than something that society owes me, but as something I worked hard for. So we want to think about those things as we think about Black History Month. We want to reflect from those things and take note of how important each other are. We are important. You are important to me. All people are important, but especially my own people. They are of great importance to me. Great love and mercy will be shown towards my own before it can be shown towards another. And that should be all of our mantras. And we should think about that as we think about the suffering of our forefathers. And I would like to say this. You hear so much about the great men on the front line concerning Black History Month. But you don't hear very much about the strong women. Many of our youth and our children believe that Rosa Parks was the only woman that ever in their lives refused to get off the bus and give their seats up to a white person. We all believe, many people believe that brave action of Rosa Parks was the first time that has been done, but it is not true. Mrs. Wells was my grandmother on my father's side of the family, and my great auntie, Ida B. Wells, she was a journalist. And one day, 70 years before Rosa Parks, my auntie refused to give up her seat on a bus for a white man. She was hurt physically and mentally when her body was dragged from the train because she was not going to give her seat up for the white person. They dragged her off of it. She went and hired attorneys and lawyers. She sued the train company and she won. But that decision to win in her favor was overturned later on. But what came out of it was a beautiful, brave woman that was not afraid to stand up. She was not afraid to say, I will not yield my chair to the right person. And most of all, she was not afraid to stare racism in the face and fight it. Many will stare racism in the face every day, but do we fight up against it? I have a long family history of fighting up against not only domestic abuse, but also racism abuse. And so it goes, the fight continues. And I would like to say this, we do not teach hate. Every time, I've seen many times that a black person stood up and said, I'm not going to take racism anymore. I will fight it. Every time that happens, I see a lot of people from other races saying they are bitter and they have hate. That has nothing to do with it. A person has a right to stand up for their rights without being bitter. You have a right to stand up for your right without being accused of spreading hate. Instead of spreading hate and bitterness, you are spreading love and peace when you stand for your rights. So on this Black History Month, I want us to reflect on all the beautiful things that we have gained. I want us to reflect upon what we have lost, and most of all, on the road ahead, because we will continue to stand and we will continue to fight because we are a strong people. And to each of you, I wish you a beautiful day. Blessings.